Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Today, we're going to learn 4 important graphic design vocabulary words using the Frayer model. So, the words that we're going to be talking about are contrast, alignment, repetition, and proximity. In graphic design, we often remember these using the words C.A.R.P. That's why I circled them in orange, C.A.R.P. So contrast, alignment, repetition, and proximity. These principles help designers organize information so designs look clear and professional. So today, to make more sense of this, we are going to use the Frayer model. The Frayer model helps students understand vocabulary by looking at 4 parts. I'm going to flip over to here. Here it says definition. Let's see if we can get up a little closer. Definition. Okay. Then we have characteristics. We have examples and non-example. Today we're going to focus just on the word contrast. We will mention the others and give the definition, but using the Frayer model, let's break down this one word, contrast. So first we'd write it out, right? And I have it written here, but I'm just going to circle it here. The word is contrast. Then we add the definition. So let me read the definition. The definition here is making things look different so they stand out. Making things look different so they stand out. But let's break down what the characteristics are. So contrast can use differences in size, color, thickness, or darkness. Now, look at this thick black line, right? This is an example of contrast, especially against this background. It's yellow background, makes the dark line stand out quite well, right? I can hold it back here and you can still see it quite well. So notice how the dark line stands out clearly against the yellow paper. Now, over here, I'm going to do something a little different if I can find my... Okay, right here. Look at if I put a dot here, right? Or let's put it actually in the category that it belongs to. We'll talk about that in a minute. Dot there, okay? But then look at that, okay? See how dark that is? We go over to here. Look at that little one right there, okay? So I'm showing you an example of contrast. Big dot, a dark dot, thick line. Okay, so that's an example of contrast. Now let's look at the non-example. A thin gray line, okay? Look at the difference. If I hold it back, see? Pretty easy to see, not so easy to see. So the thin gray line does not stand out very well against the yellow background. One thing I tell students is to do the distance test. So if you step back and something is difficult to see, it probably needs stronger contrast. So as I said, this shows the definition, the characteristics, the example, and the non-example. We can take the time to go through each of these. And as I mentioned, I'll just introduce the concepts of them. Repetition. So we have alignment also. So we have contrast, right? We're over here. Contrast, alignment, repetition, and proximity. We just broke down contrast. Alignment is simply, it means the things are lined up so they look organized. And you could have things center aligned, left aligned, right aligned. Um, any of those will work. When we go to repetition, it means repeating colors, shapes, or fonts to create consistency. It's all about recognizing connections. So it helps designs feel connected. And then proximity, it means grouping things that are related together. Think about, I tell students this all the time. If you are, there's a relationship, whether it's, let's say you're in gym class together, you're all there for a purpose. You're in the same room in close proximity. That just means close together. Think about it when you're at home, right? You would be in the same house. When you gather to watch a movie together, you're in the same room. Even a friend who comes over, they're in closer proximity or relationship to each other. And all of these can be broken down with the Frayer model the same way we did with contrast. So, contrast, alignment, repetition, and proximity will all help strengthen your designs. So, using the Frayer model, it helps students slow down and fully understand vocabulary words. It gives students a way to organize definitions, characteristics, examples, and non examples visually. So today we focused mainly on contrast and briefly introduced alignment, repetition, and proximity. These design principles help students create clear and more effective visual communication. So thank you for your time, and the next time you need to teach a new word, consider using the Frayer model. Thank you.